All right, and welcome back. So, in our previous lecture, we covered quite a bit of ground. We created a new nutrient model and we created a product template nutrient that's going to tie us to our products. And we've created these models, but we haven't yet attached them to Odoo. Now, we could create a menu over here for nutrient, and that can be something you could go ahead and do, just like you've already seen us create one with diet items and one with meals, and we will create here. But what we can do is what we need is to be able to go into either our diet items or our products, and we need a tab over here, a page, for us to show our nutrients that go with this particular product. So cheesy corn, we can type into here, cheesy corn, find it, should be in here. And there's we got a lot of cheesy corn. Applebee's cheesy corn, I think, is the one we got here. But we got our cheesy corn, and we're going to want to fill in these nutrients for our cheesy corn. And so we're going to need a tab here to hold those items. And we are going to want a menu here to create for our nutrients. So let's, again, as a challenge to you, as an exercise, I'm going to be asking you to do this more. Go ahead and try to create that menu yourself with the action required to show nutrients here. And just worry at first about creating that menu and creating that action. Don't worry about customizing a form or a tree view, because we don't need that at this point. Just try to create your menu in action. Okay, I'm going to assume that you did pause the video and try to do this yourself. And now we're going to jump over and do it real quick for you here in the Diet Facts view file. We're just going to take this menu item and duplicate it. And so now we have a third menu that we've created ourselves, but we want to change the name. And instead of meal here, we'll just use nutrient. Instead of meal here, we'll use nutrient. Now remember, the menu nutrient action, this is the ID part. This is what we really need to make sure we name our action. So let's find an action. And here's our meal action, which is a good one for us to use. We'll copy it, and we'll just go down here. We can put it right above our menu, so we can keep this menu for nutrients with our action. And if our action in our menu is named this, then we need to make sure the record ID for our action is named this. We can change this now to say nutrients. And here's the most important part for tying it to our model. We don't want res.users.meal. We can come over here and get product.nutrient and bring it and drop it in here. So now it's going to find and pick up that model. We know it's created it because we've already looked inside of our database structure, and say define a new nutrient. And so in a lot of ways, this is all we need. We're going to save it, and we're going to jump back into here. Control-C to stop our server and then restart it. We'll shift refresh, because you always need to shift refresh when you're messing with menus. And we should now see a new menu. There it is, nutrients, and let's click on it. Click to define a new nutrient. We can click create, and let's go ahead and do total fat, and we'll pick grams and save. Let's create sodium, unit of measure, grams, and save. So for now, we'll just keep it in grams. We can add units of measure simple enough. This is, again, for an exercise to see how this works. Let's see what's in there. We got protein is one of the ones, so we'll add protein in. So let's go ahead and add that. And we also got cholesterol. That's a common one too. Carbohydrates. This one doesn't have cholesterol. Most of them have cholesterol, but we have total carbohydrates. Let's just go ahead though. Let's see which ones we got now. We've got total fat, sodium. Let's go ahead and add in protein. And notice it's just using Odoo's default field, so we don't have anything fancy here. We're just using it to collect some nutrients that we have to work with. So we've got total fat, sodium, and protein.